we have done in the last 2 weeks. So in week 1, we did a fire cider. And let's look what a fire cider looks like. And remember that we did our fire cider and it was supposed to be in a cool, dark place. But because I wanted it in the kitchen, so I could remember to turn it, I put it in this bag. So let's take it out of the bag. And this is our fire cider. So remember, we put all of these wonderful fruits. We put oranges and elderberry. We put radish root. We did lemons. We did lime. We did onions. All of that good stuff. You could actually watch our first video to see how we made it. And today we want to look at what it looks like. So we're going to open it and we're going to see. Remember, when we are dealing with apple cider vinegar, it corrodes. So we always put this paper. It is wax paper. So we can, and this is what, without tilting it too much, you see it? Yeah. This is what our apple cider should be looking like. Let's say that your apple cider was extremely low, then you could actually add some more apple cider to it. So this is looking good. Remember to shake it at least twice a week and keep it somewhere that direct light doesn't hit. And this is going to take approximately, you could leave it 4 to 6 weeks. And the same thing with this one. We won't open it because we already know what it looks like. So I'll put it right back into my Bath and Body Works bags so it could keep it dark. And then we'll move it away to the other side. Remember, that is something that you can use to make sure that you could use it during the winter season. So last week we were, things that I brought me some notes. Things I wanted to remind you is, remember that the ingredients are going to get darker and softer. The vinegar will change color. The aroma when you open is normal. As long as it's not fizzing, this is an infusion, so there won't be no fizzing because there will be no fermentation. It is normal for the strong smell, floating ingredients, and the color change. Now, if you see some mold that is green or white or black, then that means it's spoiled. Toss it out and begin again. I forgot to remind you of that last time. And we'll strain it around 4 to 6 weeks. You could keep it longer for a stronger infusion, but after that, you could strain it and store it away. Make sure that when you strain it and store it away, you also date it and name it. If it's for somebody else, please include all the ingredients. If it's for you, you already know what you placed. Last week, we did infused honey. And that is for those of you that do not like the pungent taste of apple cider vinegar. And we did, last week we did garlic and ginger. But afterwards, I went ahead and did some other one. So this is the garlic and where is it? The ginger. There it goes. We did those last week. So for those, remember you were supposed to burp it at least once a day, and you will see the fermentation on it. You see all those bubbles in there? Those are the bubbles that you should be having. And you just turn it upside down, shake it. This is that was the garlic. This is the ginger. You heard that pop, and the same thing. I went ahead and did some more for my household, which is honey and and cinnamon. Add the honey and lemon, honey and cranberry, honey and onion. That's a good one for cough. Honey and elderberry, and honey and turmeric. That one is a new one for me, but I wanted to try it. So these will take approximately 2 weeks minimum for this infusion, and then you could use it as needed. Remember that if you're gonna put it in your honey, you have to make sure that your honey is less than 130 degrees Fahrenheit. You don't want to kill the medicinal properties of the honey. So those are what we did last week. We'll put this to the side as we bring what we are going to be working this week. Also a reminder that don't forget to gently turn your honey. Bubbles are fine, especially in the garlic honey. And the garlic and the ginger will float, and all of them are floating, and it's okay. It is okay if it's bubbling, it's floating, and it has a strong honey smell. But once again, it is not good if it has a fuzzy mold, slimy texture, or rotten smell. And we will be you could use this after 2 weeks. So today, let's talk about what we are going to be doing today. Today is what we call a oxymel. And this oxymel going to be of two ingredients that we know very well, which is the elderberry and the oregano. Before we start, let me remind you, remember that there's a couple of video on the flu balm. Here is, I'm infusing some more because I'm already low. So this is something that you could take daily to strengthen the immune system. It's good for allergies. It's good for sinuses. It's good for the cold, the flu. It's an all-around great infusion. And if you want that video, it is out. I will tag it at the end. So oxymel. Oxymel is a combination of vinegar and honey. Oxymel comes from the Greek word oxy, meaning acid, and meli, meaning honey. So when you traditional put those together, and this has been used for many, many years, it allows us to be able to use this daily. Some people, like for the fire cider, they don't like it because it's too vinegary. They don't like so much the taste of the vinegar. And then some of the infusion honey, they don't like it because it's too sweet. So for those of us that may want something that is beneficial, but it's not too sweet or not too acidy, then you have an oxymel. Okay, the raw apple cider vinegar, just to remember, with the mother, it supports digestion. It helps extract all the mineral from herbs, especially when the herbs are fresh. And then it also is a preservative. Now the honey balance the acidity from the vinegar. It soothes the throat, the digestive system, and it adds antimicrobial support. So it makes the like the fire cider, for some of us taking it, we'll add some honey to it to be able to take it, especially if you don't like that acidity or that kind of like bitter taste. So today we are going to use two herbs that we are very familiar, and which is the oregano and the elderberry. The elderberry, the elderberry is good for the immune support. It's used a lot in the winter months or in the cold season for its wellness and boosting your immune system, and also for respiratory support. So that's the elderberry. Now the oregano, you know that is mainly called the natural antibiotic. So oregano supports the immune system, respiratory as well, and it increases the body defense mechanism naturally. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to do our oxymel today. Any questions so far? No questions?
Yes, does my oxymel need to bubble or ferment?
No, it's not gonna bubble or ferment. But we are going to get to what it looks like later on in the video. So this one will give you some amount, but you could adjust that as easily as you want. So any other questions that popped up?
Can I use fresh oregano instead of dry?
Yes, you can use fresh oregano instead of dry. You just make sure that you don't pack it. Make sure that it's loosely packed. And that leads to another question. When it comes to elderberry, you cannot use fresh elderberry. It has to be dried and completely ripened elderberries. Okay, so I have 2 jars, the same amount of each. And this one is a regular mouth and this is a white mouth. We are going to use the regular one. Most of our infusions have been the regular with the exception of my flu bomb. I did it on a white mouth. And the reason that you may want to use a white mouth is at the very beginning, all of these herbs will come to the top. So if I wanted to keep it down, then I could use a glass weight. And for you to use a glass weight, you have to use a white mouth as it will not go into a regular mouth. So those are the main difference into using a regular mouth and a white mouth. If you want to put some weight on it, you will have to use the white mouth, but it's not required. For this oxymel, we are going to add new elderberries. And actually, since I'm not going to be using any weight, I'm going to leave that there. So we're going to add some elderberry, probably a third of the jar or as much as you want, because I'm going to make a small amount. So you put up to a third of your jar. So here's mine. And then you add your dry oregano. Okay. So you have your dry oregano and you have your elderberry, and you can mix it if you want to. You are not required to mix it, but I'm going to mix it. And what you want to do now, after you mix it, is you're going to add some apple cider vinegar until all the herbs are submerged. So what you want to do is that you want to do half and half. And it's easy to measure apple cider vinegar, but sometimes it's harder to measure and get all of the measurement out of the honey. So I tend not to do that. So we are going to make sure that all of our herbs are covered. That's approximately 4 ounces. And then you will want to use the same amount in honey. Let me make sure this. Let's do this. And that's probably the same amount of um, vinegar that I added. And then what you do, make sure that you label it and that you date it. You can mix it. You can mix it with a spoon, or like I usually use a skewer. You could use that, or you could just simply shake it. There's a question?
Why are we using both honey and vinegar instead of just one?
Honey, for some people, is too sweet. And some of the our viewers are diabetics, so they have to monitor their honey. And then some people find that the vinegar is too strong. So when we combine the two, it increases the strength of it. But the vinegar, remember, will extract all the good properties out of the elderberry and the oregano for a healthier oxymel. And then the honey will add the antibacterial and all those good microbial to the, and then cut down on the acidity. Okay. Any other questions? Nope. Okay, so we dated it. This will take approximately 2 weeks, and then we'll look at it next week to see how it's going. But we'll then you can strain it, or you could actually leave it in its container. Um, and this lasts between 6 months to a year. It also depends, if you leave it like this, on the utensil that you're using to take your tablespoon of this oxymel daily, or whatever it is that you put it in there. Now, if you strain it and you pour it, then it definitely will last you at least 6 months up to a year. So this will be ready in 2 to 4 weeks. Just as you pass by it, just stir it, turn it upside down. Now, the amount. I try to put equal amounts today, but if you like it stronger, you could add more vinegar, or if you like it sweeter, you could add more honey. Remember, oxymels are made for daily use. Fire cider is really for seasonal um, sa- um, flu and cold, to fix it. But I mean, to help you with the what you call on your sinus, while this is more of a preventative that you can take more often, because it balances the honey and the vinegar. And then once you store it, make sure that the you strain it and you store it in room temperature. All of mine, I like to store them away from direct sunlight so it could last longer. Any other questions?
Shane Kinney,
Hmm.
what are you making? Shane.
Oh, this is a elderberry oregano oxymel, and it is something to help you um, naturally. You can grow your oregano and you can grow elderberry in your backyard. So this is a oxymel that uses apple cider vinegar and honey, and this is for to help you with your sinuses, respiratory infections, those things that come up along with the flu and cold season. And because oregano is what we call our natural antibiotic.
That's for Shane. It's for you, Shane.
So this is for that was the explanation for Shane. Thank you for asking. Anybody else?
Say hello.
Hello, thank you for watching. Thank you for connecting with us. On Mondays, we did change the time a little bit. We will be on Mondays at 12 for our Medicinal Monday, and for our Thrive Thursday, we'll be at 11 in the morning. So Thursdays and Mondays and Thursday will be coming live, because we can grow what our body needs. We can grow those things. Remember, this is for educational purpose. It's information for you. Make sure that you do your research. Find the herbs that are beneficial for you and your conditions and your health, and grow them outside. And then come and do your infusion, your oxymel, your tonics, your pastilles that we will be learning how to do. Those like cough drops. We will be learning how to do those with the herbs that you could grow outside, because God has provided us everything that we need to keep us healthy. But if you are having a medical condition, Um, then consult your doctor. This is all suggestions and information for adults, especially the honey. Make sure that you don't serve honey to any children under one. But all of this is medicinal suggestions for adults. Please consult your primary care when it comes, if you have a current condition, or if you are going to try to do this on kids. I am not a medical professional. I cannot tell you what to do. I do not provide cures, but I do provide suggestions that can help you stay healthy. Any other questions?
Help as well.
Okay, so this you could take it straight. You could take it with diluted water. You could add it to tea. You could add it to sparkling water. You could add it to anything that you want. I find myself that I don't like to add any of mine to tea. I just don't like the taste of it. I like the taste by itself, but not mixed with my tea. So you use it, try it. It's all experiment what works for you, what your body likes, and what it can tolerate. So, no, if no further questions, we are going to. I'm going to remind you that next week we are going to be making homemade soda. In a couple of videos, we have show you how to make a ginger bug. You can follow along and make your ginger bug. You have enough time to make ginger bug, which is ginger, water, and sugar. It is a fermentation. Um, and soon you're going to be seeing the video how to make your homemade ginger ale. But next week we will be making our ginger in our homemade soda with our ginger bug. And I will try to link the video below once I post this one, so you can see how to make your own ginger bug. So we will work on how to make how to use a ginger bug safely, what ingredients to make it all bubbly, understanding the fermentation, and how it will support our gut health. And that is why we do the ginger bug or the ginger soda is a probiotic that will help you out. Well, thank you. If there no questions. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting us. If you think that this video was beneficial to you, give us a thumbs up. If you like the information, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you could see what, so you could be notified on our next video. And also, if it's not beneficial to you but you know or you think it's going to be beneficial for somebody else, please share us out, because what we want to do is provide knowledge that you can utilize to make your own decision. Thank you for watching Medicinal Monday. Thank you for following us at Cultivating with Sandra. We'll see you Thursday if you're watching Thrive Thursday, or we'll see you next week for our next Medicinal Monday. Thank you for watching. See you later.